to give you a solution. But right now, today, that time is up. There's no more giving you lies. You're not African. You're not black. You're not Jamaican. You're from the 12 tribes of Israel. And it's high time you wake out of sleep. Christianity is a damn joke. Christianity is a taunt to our people.
This is reality. That's right. This is reality. We're going to show you why. You have destroyed yourself. So we're supposed to give a warning. We're not judging you, we're warning you.
Well, have we seen any change? Have we seen anything that has changed our people? Changed our neighborhood?
What's going on, brother? What's your name?
I'm Freddie.
Freddie?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Lahad. Do you see yourself on this sign? Where do you see yourself on this sign? Do you see yourself on this sign? What is your, where's your father from? Right, your father.
Zebulon.
Oh, Zebulon.
Costa Rica.
Oh, okay. So you from the tribe of Zebulon?
That's right.
You're an Israelite according to the Bible.
That's right.
You're an Israelite according to the Bible. So you say your name Freddie?
Freddie.
Okay, so if take a few minutes out of your time and let me prove to you, let me show you that you are an Israelite according to the Bible. Because guess what? Hold that sign right there. Did this happen to the so-called Hispanic people? Who did this to the Hispanic people? Who put the so-called Hispanics in slavery? The Taino Indians, the Puerto Ricans, and so forth. The Spaniards, right? Christopher Columbus, Hernan Cortez, Ponce de Leon. They all had a Ponce de Leon. They all had a hand in the enslavement of the Israelites, of the Northern Kingdom Israelites, of the Hispanics and Native Americans. So let's prove that. Give me Hosea.
Hosea chapter 9 verse 3. They shall not dwell in the Lord's land.
Which is Jerusalem, Israel. Go ahead.
But Ephraim.
Who?
But Ephraim.
Ephraim is the 10 tribes of Israel, the so-called Hispanics and Native Americans. God says, but Ephraim shall not dwell in their land, which is Israel. Because y'all dwelt there once upon a time, thousands of years ago. Read.
But Ephraim shall return to Egypt.
Shall what?
Shall return to Egypt.
That's it. Go ahead.
And they shall eat unclean things in Assyria.
So when you read the meaning of Egypt, let's get that right quick. In Deuteronomy 5 and 6, Egypt means bondage. The Bible says Ephraim shall return to Egypt, meaning they will go back into slavery. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 5 verse 6. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage.
Of the what?
From the house of bondage.
So what did God call Egypt, Freddie? Read again. Pay attention. Pay attention. Read again.
I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage.
What did God call Egypt? I'm going to read it one more time.
I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
So God brought the Israelites out of Egypt. Read.
From the house of bondage.
What did God call Egypt? Bondage is slavery. Let's get the definition of bondage right quick. Esclavitud. Right. Bondage means slavery. Now let's get that. Right. He brought the Israelites out of Egypt because when the Israelites was in Egypt, they were slaves to the Egyptians. So God rescued them by Moses and brought them out of slavery. But we just read back in Hosea that Ephraim will go back into bondage, meaning they will go back into slavery. Let's get 2nd Ezra 13:40.
Bring it up.
2nd Ezra chapter 13 verse 40. You know what this book is? You ever heard this book, the Apocrypha? The Apocrypha, which is hidden books in the Greek form. No, this book was in the Bible, but it was taken out of the Bible by the Protestant church in the 1700s. So this was originally in the Bible. Okay, but it got your history in here, and we're going to read about it. Read.
2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king.
Talk about northern kingdom Israelites. Hold that son up again. The 10. Exactly, they was prisoners. They was slaves. So read that again.
2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king.
So the 10 tribes, which consist of the northern kingdom Israelites, are the so-called Hispanics and Native Americans today.
Right.
So the 10 tribes was carried out of their land. Read.
Whom Salmanasseh, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters. And so came they into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
What was that country where never mankind dwelt? That's talking about here in America. America, nobody dwelt in America thousands of years ago. This land was unknown. So the 10 tribes of Israel came over here to keep the commandments of God because they couldn't keep it in their own land. Go ahead.
That they might there keep their statutes which they never kept in their own land. And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river. For the Most High then showed signs for them and held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half.
So it took a year and a half for the northern kingdom of Israel to get over to this side of the world. Because y'all travel through Euphrates, but when you in the school system, they teach that y'all got here through the Bering Strait. The Bering Strait is impossible to cross through. It's what, 0 degrees? It's freezing cold. Y'all would have died. Read.
And the same region is called Arsareth.
It's called what?
It's called Arsareth.
Can we get that definition, please? The definition of Arsareth. So that you gotta think about that word, because that word is important. It's key. That word by itself will unlock the identity of Hispanics. Read what you got.
Arsareth, the name of the land beyond the great river, far away from the habitation of man, in which the 10 tribes of Israel would dwell, observing the laws of Moses. Columbus identified America with this land.
So Christopher Colombo identified Arsareth with America.
Right. That's right.
Christopher Columbus identified Arsareth with America. And who came to this side of the world? The northern kingdom of Israelites.
That's right.
Which is who?
Descubrió América, Cristóbal Colón.
No, he didn't discover.
You know about Christopher Columbus, right?
The man who came from Spain to America. First time when America wasn't known by nobody. Only Indians here.
Okay, so let me ask you. Who were those Indians that were here?
Who brought those Indians
No,
over here?
who were they?
They was all over the place in Central America.
Central America, Mexico, Guatemala, right? Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, Argentina, right? God says, the Bible, those Indians were Israelites.
That's right.
Yes. Christopher Columbus conquered. You know what conquered means? Destroy. How about that?
They destroyed?
Killed. Christopher, the conquistadors. They killed, right? The Indians. Hold the sign up. Hold the sign up.
Bring it up.
Look, what's your name again, Freddie? Look at this, Freddie. Come closer. Come closer, Freddie. Come closer. Come closer. These were the natives, the Hispanics, the Latinos, the Indians. These, what is that he's holding? A cross, right?
Yeah.
But your forefather is burning at the stake, and he's holding a cross to him. Christianity is not in the Bible.
That's right.
Yeah. It's not just the Bible.
The religion Christianity is not of God. It's no good.
Bring it out.
Diablo, how you say devil? Diablo. Christianity, new Diablo.
That's right.
It's the devil. Because, I'm going to show you. Because that cross was forced to your forefathers burning at the stake. Letting us know, Freddie, that Christianity was forced. How you say forced? Okay.
Like put pressure on it.
Right.
Like, you know,
Right. Christianity was forced unto the Hispanics and Latinos that were already here.
Right.
You understand? So what we try to show you through the Bible is that, Freddie,
what happened?
what happened to you, and proving to you that you, Freddie, are an Israelite. Absolutely, that's who you are.
We don't know that. We don't know the history. You know, they teach us different.
Right.
We don't know our roots.
Right. Our root. Watch this, Freddie. Me and you are brothers.
Yeah.
How you say that? Huh?
Hermanos.
Hermanos. By blood.
By blood.
That's right.
Or we came from the other side.
Right. We came from the same place.
That's right.
Me and you, Freddie, came from the same line of gods.
That's right.
As a slice, like you try to do, like as a slice.
Right. We're the same people. So let me ask you something, Freddie. Hold that sign up.
Bring it out.
No. Who is this?
Who is this?
Who is that?
It was like a king in somewhere east.
Caesar Borgia.
That's right.
Well, Freddie, who does the world say he is? Who?
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna show you, Freddie.
Yeah.
Is that in the Bible?
Bring it out.
See or no? Is this, how you say white? Blanco? Jesucristo's Blanco or Negro?
Bring it out.
Bring it out.
But watch this, Freddie. Watch this. We're gonna read at the Bible if Jesus Christos is Blanco or Negro. Okay? Okay?
Revelation chapter 1, verse 1. Verse 14.
This is Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's Revelation. The book of Revelation.
His head
Jesus Christ's head
and his hairs were white like wool.
white like wool. You know what wool is?
Was
Sheep.
white, was white like
His hair.
Yeah, was white.
His hair was white and woolly.
Okay.
Woolly like a sheep. How you say sheep? You know what I mean? Like sheep, lamb.
Yes.
Yes, there's wool.
Yes.
Right. No, I really want you to understand,
No, thank you.
and I appreciate your patience.
No, but thank you. I appreciate your patience.
This is not wool. Remember, it said it's
You know, that is just a picture, you know.
Right. Absolutely.
I had I discussed that before with people. Like, you know, how you know about this? Nobody really knows. Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
You got kids?
Yes.
Oh, Costa Rica. You got kids.
Yeah.
Do your kids know what you look like?
They know.
How?
But you know, I mean, they see themselves. Maybe mother is playing.
A painting, a picture.
Yeah.
So, Freddie, listen now. Pictures matter. Images matter. Because if you didn't leave, wait 1 second. If you didn't leave a picture for your kids, they would eventually forget what you look like. So Jesus Christos left us a picture on what he looks like, so we never forget.
Maybe
Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. A description of Jesus is left in the Bible so that when we see ourselves in the mirror, Freddie, we see Jesus.
Right.
We don't see that. No. Jesus Christos es negro. We don't.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Jesus Christ had white woolly hair like this brother. Like this brother.
Yeah,
like you.
You say white.
White and woolly. His hair. White woolly. What's
Crespo.
right.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Read on.
And his feet.
And his feet, Freddie. His feet. Huh?
Jesus Christos pies.
Yes.
Like unto fine brass.
Brass. What color is brass? Bronze. Huh?
Maro. Brown.
Brown. Brass. Like a penny.
Yeah.
Like a penny. Brown. That's brass. Watch this.
As if they burned.
As if they burned. You know what burn mean, Freddie?
Yeah.
What?
Quemado, negro.
Burn. Came out black.
That's right.
All right.
You know what's like, you know, like brown.
Right. And it said like it burned in a furnace.
Yeah.
So you take that brown and you burn it. It's going to be negro. It's going to be black. Jesus Christ.
Why he got his hair white?
Because the children of Israel was bad as hell, wicked. He was stressed out. Jesus Christ was stressed out. He had gray hair. He had white hair.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Where now? You know, no pyramid on his head.
No.
No, too much sunshine.
Now he had white woolly hair. Hold that sign up. Put the devil down. Put the Diablo down. Put it down. Put it down. This is more like what the Bible says. Now this isn't Jesus, but this is a better depiction of him than this. Jesus was negro, white woolly hair, red eyes, rojo eyes. Here, white woolly hair, no. Negro, no. Red eyes, no. Jesus looked like this.
That's right.
He was not a white man.
I see yes.
Jesus was a black man.
I see yes.
There's no way. Yeah, it's hot. In Israel, it get hot in Israel. In the Middle East. Remember, Christ went to Egypt. No. No. Jesus had your eyes.
That's right.
Hey, the Most High talking right. You see something like that? All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. Come on back. Yes, your history. You got a Spanish flyer? We have brothers that can dialogue with you in Spanish to give you a better understanding. Right. To give you a better understanding. You can answer. They can answer all your questions and read from the Spanish Bible. You know, we have brothers that can speak Spanish.
You know where we come from. You know
right.
What's going on with the Indians. You know what happened with Cristobal Colon. You know
what happened in Guatemala? You don't know?
I don't know.
A volcano erupted.
Oh really?
And killed, I think it was like 30 people. Yeah, a volcano, 25 people. Wow. Yes, I'm gonna tell you, the Most High is angry with his people because the people in Guatemala are from the tribe of Zebulon.
That's right.
You see Zebulon? Where we at? Thank you. Hold it up for me. Zebulon is right there. Guatemala to Panama, the Mayans.
Oh, that is so
Absolutely. Costa Rica, Zebulon. Guatemala, Zebulon. It's a son of Jacob.
It's like a king or...
No, he was a son of Jacob, Israel.
Oh,
The 12 tribes of Israel make up either the Hispanics, Native Americans, the blacks, the Jamaicans, the Haitians. We are all one people.
That's right.
From one father, which is Israel. Israel had 12 sons, and those sons became a nation of people.
Okay, that's great. Okay.
Those
12 nations. Okay.
Those became 12 tribes that makes up one nation, Israel.
That's right.
And God says his chosen people are only the Israelites.
That's right. Yeah.
God don't love everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, that made a lot of sense. So the white people, they belong. The white American white people.
They don't belong here.
That's right. They don't belong.
Nope.
Yeah.
They are not our people.
That's right.
They're not our people.
That's right.
They're not our people. Our people are the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
That's right.
They are. I'm gonna show you something. Give me Deuteronomy 28.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So, thank you. So God says the blacks, the Latinos, the Hispanics, the Native Americans would go into slavery on slave ships to Spain, to Europe, to France, to Russia. That happened to us. Watch this.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there, when we get to Spain, when we get to Europe, when we get to all these destinations of slavery, ye shall be sold unto your enemies. God says we were going to be sold. Do you know what happened to the slaves in the slave trade?
What happened?
Yes, what happened?
Sold out.
Right.
All over the place.
And who bought us? Now listen, Freddie. Watch this.
And there ye shall be sold.
We was gonna be sold because the Latinos were sold too. The Hispanics were sold first. You guys were sold to Spain, to Europe, to France, to Russia, to China. We were sold. All of us were sold in slavery. Read.
Unto your enemies.
God says the people that bought us are our enemies. So it was a business.
They saw us like animals, you know, they didn't see us with respect and nothing like that.
Absolutely. But guess what, Freddie? God says the people that bought us are our enemies.
Right.
So the white man is our enemy.
Right.
The Chinese man is our enemy.
Right.
The Arab man is our enemy.
Right.
Why, Freddie? Because they bought us on slave ships. They told us we were nothing. They killed and robbed and murdered us. That's why, Freddie, they are not our brothers.
That's right.
You are my brother.
That's right.
This is my brother.
That's right.
Your kids and your family is my family.
That's right.
Mi familia. Because me and you, we went through the same thing.
Right.
But today, I think today, it's not located that way. We see each other with equal knowledge. You know, I mean, today, it's no matter the black, and Spanish, the other whites, you know.
Let me ask you.
One guy,
Let me ask you.
one guy for all week, you know, they cannot do it.
Let me ask you, Freddie. Let me ask you. Does God change? Does God change? Yes. See or no? Does he change his ways? The way he thinks, does he change?
I know
He doesn't change, right? So, I'm going to show you in the Bible where God says he doesn't love everybody. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
You say in the Bible, God, that's not love for everybody?
Right. I'll show you.
Amos chapter 3 verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
God is speaking to the 12 tribes of Israel, are the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's who you are. That's what God calls you.
That's right.
Read.
Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt.
Because in the land of Egypt, we were the only people that was in slavery. The white man wasn't in slavery in the land of Egypt. The Arab man wasn't in slavery. It was us. That's how you know God is specifically talking to the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right.
Read.
Saying, you only,
God says, you, Israel, only
have I known of all the families of the earth.
God says he only knows Israel.
That's right.
That's it. That's it.
That's right.
God says he only knows them. Read that again. He only knows.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
Watch this now. We're going to give you another one. Isaiah 40:17.
Bring it up.
Because God says he only knows the children of Israel. Watch this.
Isaiah chapter 40 verse 15. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket and are counted as the small dust of the balance.
God says that the other nations, Freddie, are like a drop from a bucket. It's like a raindrop. Is that big or small? Very small. God says these other nations, it's like a drop. Very, very small. Means nothing. Read.
Behold, he taketh up the isle.
Jump to verse 17.
Verse 17. All nations,
Freddie,
before him,
before God,
are as nothing.
Are what?
Are as nothing.
God says they're nothing. Read.
And they are counted to him less than nothing.
Freddie, what is zero take away zero?
Bring it up.
You see? God says that he only loves the nation of Israel. Give me that in Chronicles.
Bring it up.
God says that the other nations are nothing to him.
Yes.
He said they're counted less than nothing. How you get nothing out of nothing? The most I say, if I put them on a balance, the scale won't even move. The scale will go up. You put them on the balance, the scale will go down, the scale will go up. Read that.
2 Chronicles chapter 9 verse 8. Blessed be the Lord thy God, which delighted in thee, to set thee on his throne, to be king for the Lord thy God, because thy God loved.
Because God loved
Israel.
Who?
Israel.
The Bible say God loved Israel. The Bible say God loved Israel. Can't no other nation get to the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven is for the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcasts, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.